A very good morning to all of you. I, Pallavi Pant, on behalf of IEEE Student Branch and IETE Lucknow Center, welcome you all to World Environment Day 2025. Before we start, I would like to welcome Director IET, Professor Vineet Kansal Sir, IETE Chairman and Chair of Humanitarian Activities and Committee, Dr. Arun Kumar Singh, our keynote speaker, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sir. I would like to welcome Head of the Department ECE, Professor Subodh Varia Sir, Professor Neelam Srivastava Ma'am, IETE Vice Chair and IEEE Branch Counselor. I would like to welcome Dr. RCS Chauhan Sir, all the respected faculty members, research scholars and students who have joined us today in online as well as offline mode. Environment is no one's property to destroy. It's everyone's responsibility to protect. Every year on 5th June, World Environment Day is celebrated to raise global awareness and encourage action to protect the environment. It was established in the year 1972 by United Nations during the Stockholm Conference on Human Environment. World Environment Day is a day to call for action, to reflect, to act, and to bring about meaningful change for our planet. With these words, I would now like to welcome Professor Neelam Srivastava Ma'am to please welcome our guest on this occasion of World Environment Day.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are here for another celebration, that is World Environment Day, that is 5th June. And we have our very esteemed professor of our college itself, that is IET Lucknow from Mechanical Engineering Department. In discussion, I come to know that his field is particularly to the plastic management, plastic waste management. So he is the right person and this is the right day to welcome you here on this very occasion. I want to thank our HOD, Professor Subodh Varia. Without him, none of the activities possible in IEEE Student Branch. The most important person for any activity to be successful is our student. So a big thank you to you to be here, and you all are welcome to, if you want to say anything about plastic waste management, as you all are the final year students, some of you might be developing some app in that direction, you might be doing something innovative, you might be thinking something innovative in that direction. So you are also welcome as an open platform. And on this occasion, let me tell you some very small things. Your keynote speaker is Professor Pradeep ji, but I will tell you something about plastic, which I come to know from my very husband who was in Pollution Control Board, and he used to do all the field work in any type of waste management, whether it is a plastic, whether it is a, you can say electronic waste or a plastic waste or a water sewage, water treatment, all those things they used to take up. It is their department take care of that. So from his vision, he had very briefly mentioned. So that is what I am saying. That is, first thing is problem associated with plastic waste disposal. Details will be shared by Professor Pradeep. One thing is land become infertile. Plastic को डालते जाओगे तो आपकी जो land है वो infertile आएगी. Release of toxic emissions जैसे कि carbon monoxide, chlorine, hydrochloride acid, dioxin, furans, etc. And the second thing is leaching of toxic metals. ऐसे ही हम बैटरी, आपकी बैटरी खराब हुई, हमने ऐसे ही जमीन में फेंक दिया, तो आप कुछ नहीं भी कर रहे हो तब भी वो लीच कर रहा है, उसका जो केमिकल है वो लीच कर रहा है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स which are very practical problems which human faces without thinking anything. That आपने चाय पिया, पानी पिया, ग्लास को फेंक दिया. आपने बैटरी आपकी खराब हुई, आपने उसको फेंक दिया, तो उसका जो एसिड है वो आपका लीक आउट कर जाता है. सो दीज आर द वेरी बेसिक चैलेंजेस of plastic waste disposal. Coming about what government has done, so they have plastic waste management के नियम बने हैं. जो पहला नियम आया वो 2016 में आया, उसका अमेंडमेंट आया 2018 में एंड देन 2021 में. एंड प्लास्टिक वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के भी डिटेल्स आए 2022 में द अमेंडमेंट्स, जो आप वेबसाइट पे जाकर के देख सकते हैं कि जो मैनेजमेंट करने हैं वो कैसे करना है, वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट कैसे करना है. और काफ़ी कुछ इसमें हमारे प्रतीक जी इसमें बता जानेंगे. और साथ ही साथ आप लोगों में से भी कुछ इफ यू वांट टू से समथिंग यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम. नाउ व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय प्लास्टिक? एनीबॉडी? कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं प्लास्टिक को? इट मीन्स मटेरियल व्हिच कंटेन्स एन as an essential ingredient of high polymer such as polythene, terephthalate, high density polyethylene, vinyl, low density polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene resins, etc. Conditions imposed for plastic waste management. वो भी गवर्नमेंट के नॉर्म्स आए हैं. एक तो आपको रीसाइकिल को प्रमोट करना है. प्लास्टिक बैग्स अगर आप यूज कर रहे हैं तो उनकी कितना माइक्रोन होना चाहिए वो भी डिफाइन किया हुआ है. एंड अगर आप व्हाट आर द पेनाल्टीज, जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उनको बोला गया है कि आप फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टॉक ऑफ अमेज़न की बहुत बड़ी बड़ी पैकिंग्स आती है ना. एवरीबॉडी, आप सारे लोग बिग बास्केट, अमेज़न सबसे सामान मंगाते हैं. सो वी हैव आई मीन दे हैड अ इट क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ दैट पैकेजिंग मटेरियल, है ना. सो दैट उनको ये गाइडलाइन दी गई है, ऐसे जितने भी लोग हैं जो वेस्ट जो क्रिएट कर रहे हैं प्लास्टिक, उनको ये गाइडलाइन दी गई है कि यू हैव टू लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल एक महीने में अगर आपका 100 किलो आपने अगर प्लास्टिक वेस्ट आप रैपिंग और उसको इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, देन यू हैव टू कलेक्ट दैट 100 kg. may not be the same which you send, but you have to collect that 100 kg and you have to go for the management, waste management. That is the guideline given to all those organizations which uses these plastic materials. Second thing, they have to do the we have to go for the biodegradable materials which can degrade very fast. So these are the some preventions and precautions taken by government, but we which are the users have the most important role in this fight against this zero plastic zone. So अभी भंडारे चल रहे हैं. प्रैक्टिकली आप देखिए भंडारे चल रहे हैं, हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हम बहुत उसका कार्य कर रहे हैं, भगवान को बहुत प्रसन्न कर रहे हैं. पर अगर आप शाम की गलियों पे जाएं, जब भंडारा खत्म हो चुका होता है, तो सिर्फ प्लास्टिक 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 प्लास्टिक. तो हमें इनको भी डिस्पोज करने की, इनकी यूसेज को कम करने के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है. हर किसी को एक थैला और एक बॉटल लेकर चलने की ज़रूरत है, ताकि आप जितना कम से कम पॉलीथीन्स के पैकेट्स को यूज़ कर सकें, वही हमारा काफ़ी बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा. और जो हम इधर उधर फेंक देते हैं, उनको अगर किसी एक पर्टिकुलर जगह करें जहाँ से वो कूड़ा उठाया जा सके, सो दैट विल बी आवर कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द सोसाइटी. I congratulate all of you for this World Environment Day. आज इस बार का स्लोगन है माँ के लिए पेड़. तो अभी इसके बाद हम लोग का कॉलेज में भी वृक्षारोपण का कार्यक्रम चल रहा है, उसमें भी आप लोग भाग लें. और कार्यक्रम के अलावा अलग से आपको कोई ना कोई सोशल एक्टिविटी करनी चाहिए. नॉट कि भाई आज 5 जून है तो हमें आज पेड़ लगाना है. यू हैव टू डू समथिंग विच हेल्प्स योर एनवायरनमेंट. बाकी हमारे एक्सपर्ट हमारे साथ हैं, डिटेलिंग वो करेंगे. वंस अगेन वेलकम प्रदीप कुमार फॉर दिस टेक्निकल सेशन एज अ कीनोट स्पीकर. वी आर हैविंग विद अस Dr. Arun Kumar, which is from IEEE ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्रुप जो इस तरीके के कामों में वृक्षारोपण और इन सब में हेल्प करते हैं, और साथ ही साथ हमारे आईईटी लखनऊ चैप्टर के आप आप चेयरपर्सन हैं। सो वेलकम अरुण ऑन दिस वेरी स्पेशल डे दैट इज अबाउट एनवायरनमेंट। थैंक यू।
Thank you, ma'am, for your such inspiring words. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Arun Kumar Singh, sir, Chair Humanitarian Activities and Committee IEEE UP Section and Chairman IET Lucknow. We welcome you, sir, and we would like to hear your inspiring words on the occasion of World Environment Day.
Thank you, Purvi. I welcome all the technical colleague team and all the students. Each year we celebrate this festival for the betterment of our ecosystem, the environment in which we live, and to make it natural. Because in pollution, we add something harmful to the environment, which causes adverse effect on the living organisms and natural resources. So overall, we have to make our environment and ecosystem where we can live without any harmful substances. Like Madam said, that there are many types of pollutions. Although we are discussing the plastic pollution, but there is also air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, light pollution. And also we can radioactive pollution or thermal pollution. In plastic pollution also there are two types of pollution. One is plastic, which is generally used, and the other is when the plastic substance decomposes. It also causes one other type of pollution, that is microplastic pollution. All these type of things means anything which adds something adverse to our environment is a type of pollutant and cause a pollution. So, for example, when we talk that we plant trees or we plant trees, by doing that we reduces the air pollution. But to reduce the plastic pollution, we have to, because we cannot make that we cannot use plastic for anything. We have to use for anything like plastic packaging and other things. But to make it environmental friendly, it should be decomposable and in such a way that it cannot
Thank you so much, sir.
इसी को लगा दो सिग्नल नहीं पकड़ा है, इसी को लगा दो कभी वही लैपटॉप यूज करते हैं। ये उनका है, देखिए एनवायरमेंट डे में ना वो सपोर्ट नहीं करता है, वो इको फ्रेंडली नहीं होगा ना।
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words.
Before we move further, I would like to welcome Dr. Ravi Prakash Sir, Professor and Head Faculty of Engineering and Technology, V. Prakash Singh, Purvanchal University. We welcome you, sir, for joining us today on the occasion of World Environment Day and being a part of our today's event. Now, I would like to move further by welcoming Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, sir, Assistant Professor at Chemical Engineering Department at IET Lucknow. Sir has earned a degree from MTech from IIT Roorkee and PhD from IIT Kanpur. His research interests include polymer composites, wastewater treatment, waste management, advanced separation processes, and molecular modeling. Additionally, he holds the position of Associate Dean PG IIT Lucknow and Deputy Coordinator UPTAC AKT. We welcome you, sir, for accepting our invitation in a short duration of time and being a part of this event. Sir, we are eagerly waiting to hear your inspiring words and thoughts on the occasion of World Environment Day.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to give my sincere thanks to Neelam ma'am, and because of her, she gave me such an opportunity to present myself in front of students and the faculty members on this special day, that is Environmental Day, and on a special topic, that is plastic waste management, which is very close to my heart. Because in today's my talk, I will discuss all about the plastic waste management, not only the global, but what is happening in our city, in Lucknow, and what awareness should be needed to manage the plastic. When the first call came from Neelam ma'am, she told me that plastic waste management, the theme is about plastic waste management, and you should give the name about the theme of this plastic waste management. So I gave him a theme, that is no to no, NO to KNOW, no plastic. So ma'am was little bit astonished that how this is just like a catchy word and you are saying on this theme. The important thing is, what should I know from the plastic waste management, that people are just focusing on no, 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 but they are not focusing on KNOW. This is the important thing, because first you know the plastic, then you can adopt the culture, then you adopt the behavior, how to manage the plastic. This is most important thing. And recently I have published a book in which special focus in on plastic waste management. I will discuss all the things in my theme, and I would like to give sincere thanks to HOD Dr. Waria sir, and our colleague Ashish Chauhan ji, and the dear student, that on such a day I am going to give a presentation on a talk, a small talk on plastic waste management. So can I start? Okay. Okay. Uh, my slides are visible. Can anybody help me online? Is it visible? Okay. Okay. So I would like to start with our first slide, that is plastic waste management. In first slide, these are all plastic. These are all plastic. Either maybe a thermocol or it may just see this. How the impact of this plastic waste is on the animals, just like cow and rest of the animals. They are just taking the garbage inside their stomach and slow government to stop the plastic. What do you think? This is the problem of awareness. There are so many rules, as ma'am mentioned that the 2018 Act is there. Even the special act implemented, which is modified in 2018, implemented in state government, that single-use plastic must be banned. But as the ma'am mentioned the example of Bada Mangal, what we are seeing, a single-use plastic in which a glass or cup, paper, they are first used and throw it. Where they are gone, where they are dumped. Can we imagine it? And these single-use plastic are having a long life, degradation life. Nearly 1000 years should be needed to degrade only 0.5% of that plastic. But we are not aware of it. You are just taking a toffee, chew it and throw the wrapper on the road. Can you imagine that wrapper should sustain 1000 years and even we are not bothered about it. So this is the problem of awareness. We should know the plastic. Once you know the plastic, its characteristic, then you can implement the things according to that. Okay, just see. This is the picture of Rajaji National Park. That is a conserve area especially for the hathis, that is elephant. And what you see? It is in the forest. A remote area which is protected by the special guards and the dumping ground of these, you can see. These are pictures taken from the Google. A seagull, a seagull, and his whole stomach is filled with the plastics. The ropes, they are tied. So you can see in the first slide what is the impact of these plastic waste on the environment, on the human life, on the ecology. So as mentioned, as madam has mentioned about the introduction part of plastics. What is plastic? And my friend Dr. RCS Chauhan has also asked me, what is the difference between plastic and polymer? A basic question is this, because many times we are discussing about the polymer and immediately a word came plastic. So both are synonym. In technical terms, we are saying polymer. Polymer means poly means many and mer means molecule. A molecule which contains many molecules. A larger molecule which contains very small molecule or repeated chain. That is known as polymer, and that is also similar to plastic. There are so many classifications about the plastic, but here we are not going to discuss about the plastic characterization. We will just give you the small glimpses about what is plastic. So according to the based on chemical properties and BIS classification, and plastic waste management rules as mentioned, madam has mentioned about 2016. So they have classified the waste in 7 categories. So these, if you see in this picture, PET, that is PET, this is a very common word, that is polyethylene terephthalate or PET. You can see so many things about by using this plastic. Peanut butter jam, pickle jars, jelly jars, prepared food trays, mouthwash bottles, soft drink bottles, water bottles, sports drink bottle, and so many things. The question is whether this is recyclable or not. Curbside means at the end where you are collecting the material. Okay, so you can say that this is recyclable. Recycle means जहां से आप ले रहे हैं वहीं से उसको आप सीधे तौर पर रिसाइकल के लिए ले जा सकते हैं. किसी ने गुटखा खाया, फेंक दिया, वहां जाके कोई उसको उठा के लेके नहीं जा सकता है. तो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज curbside. आई एम रिटिंग हियर curbside. कि जहां से आप जाके उसको रिसाइकल, यही सबसे बड़ी मेजर प्रॉब्लम है जो वी कैन डिस्कस लेटर ऑन. ओके, हाई डेंसिटी polyethylene HDPE, that is also a yes. Plastic grocery bags, it is not accepted here. These type of jars, PVC, not accepted through most curbside recycling program, because once they use they throw outside, and people are not very much aware that they have to be separate out, segregated and sent back to the Nagar Nigam or whatever the waste management activity is happening. Okay, LDP and so on. Okay, so when we talk about the plastic, so the other question comes in our mind: can plastic be replaceable? Because in 50s when we replaced metals with the plastic, and now 2025, can we say that plastic should be banned or there should be no plastic? Is it possible for us? By seeing this, if you see the industry, the GDP of India, about 0.5% of GDP comes from the plastics. So imagine the huge economy of this beside this plastic generation. So is it possible that we have to stop the plastic? No, because if you see the industry, packaging industry, automotive and transportation, infrastructure and construction, consumer good and lifestyle, healthcare and pharmaceutical, electrical and electronics, agriculture, textiles, and so many industries which are based on plastics. So how is it possible that we should stop the plastic? No, it's not that. Okay, so just see the application part. When you wake up early in the morning, this thing you can use. When you are going to bed, then mattresses are of polymer, plastics. So imagine life without plastic. Is it possible? Can we say life without plastic is possible? No. Because from morning to till night, we are using plastic in different segments. For example, we are sitting over here. I am using this one. This is also a plastic. We are using these sheets and table chairs. These are also from plastic. How can we imagine without plastic? So we have to think and we have to aware about the plastic. Okay? So this is the construction, this is the toys, and this is the grocery items which are used in our home. Everything is of plastic. So some important facts about the plastic. So as you know, plastic comes from the petroleum product. This is a petroleum product. Okay, and the degradation life is about nearly about 1000 years. So this is the drawback of plastic. Hence, the properties, characteristics are very, very good. That is why it replaces metals and other materials. But the problem is degradation. Okay. Asia is the world leader in plastic pollution. The Philippines alone dumped over 1 billion pounds of plastic into our ocean. That is over 1,18,000 trucks worth. And one truck contains nearly about 10 tons of plastic. So just imagine the huge amount of expenditure which our government are spending for the plastic waste. Okay, 83% of our drinking water contains plastic. A study shows that the consuming plastic could lead to cancer and so on. In today's research, a very important aspect is going on. What is that? Microplastic. For example, when you wake up early in the morning, what you will do? You just take a brush, put paste on that, and rub it on your teeth. But after 15 days or 1 month, what happened? That toothbrush will become useless. That bristles become eroded, their shape has been changed. Why? It means there is an erosion of plastic, synthetic plastic bristles. Where they gone? That micro things which are in micron size, where they gone? कहीं और तो आपने उसको जाके करा नहीं, केवल दांती में तो कर रहे थे, वो गया कहाँ? खा गए? उसका इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? अभी तक पता नहीं है हमको. But recent study shows that in our blood, micron-sized particles of polymer or plastics are formed, and they are creating problems just like heart attacks and so on. So just see the impact of plastic. But because of the huge industry, nobody bother about it, and even we are not aware of it. आप लोग ने वॉशिंग मशीन तो देखी है, कपड़े धुलते हैं, उसपे आपने एक बैग लगा रखा है, उस बैग में वो गंदा चीज जो आती है, बहुत छोटे छोटे फाइन थ्रेड्स आ जाते हैं, वो कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? वो फिजिकल इरोजन ही तो हो रहा है इस क्लोथ्स का, इससे थ्रेड्स निकल रहे, वो जा रहे हैं, और रोज आप ब्रश कर रहे हैं और अच्छे से खूब ताकत लगा के कर रहे हैं, तो सोचिए क्या हो रहा होगा. बट इवन हमें नहीं लगता, इससे पहले हमने इसके ऊपर सोचा भी होगा. तो ये हम लोग एज ए टेक्निकल पर्सन वी आर एट दैट लेवल, बट वी आर अनअवेयर ऑफ इट. So think about the common man or layman. Okay, so that is why you see nearly 45,000 of marine animals have ingested plastic and 80% were injured or killed. मेरीन लाइफ ऐसे इम्पैक्ट हो रही है प्लास्टिक वेस्ट से. अभी हम आगे स्लाइड्स में दिखाएंगे कि इवन गार्बेज आइलैंड बन गया है प्लास्टिक का. there are rules imposed by the government, but because of unawareness, we are just see, as the plastic travels with ocean currents and island of trash called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This is real. I will show you the slide. This you can see Great Pacific Garbage Patch near US. So just imagine a whale just killed because of plastic intake. This plastics come from this whale.
Oh my God.
Just imagine how much marine life has been affected by this plastic. So, if you see the background of waste management, the countries, if you see China and Hong Kong, China is the largest producer of plastic and also the plastic waste. So 74% of their plastic can be managed. When we see the imports of plastic, 12.3 million metric tons of plastic can be imported. And recently a very interesting thing is happening. Most of the bottles and plastic jars, they just imported by the European countries and US. Why? Because they are just dumping the things. And as an Indian or as an Asian person, we are just happy to take at the cost of 10 paisa. They are just selling it at a cost of 5 rupees. They are making a profit on that. But on the other side, they are the smarter people, they are dumping that to our Asian countries. But our policy makers are, they know the things, but they just. So these are some facts about the plastic. So if you see the Indian plastic fact, size is 1,10,000 crore. This is the plastic industry of India. As I mentioned that it costs 0.5% of the GDP. A huge amount, huge amount. Okay, plastic consumption is 30 million tons per year. Waste generated 9 million tons per year. And it is a government data that 60% amount is recycled. You can accept it or this is the government data, I am saying that. And the state-wise production of, this is the data of 2016. Now, the growth rate of Indian plastic industry is one of the highest in the world. Growth rate is high. In comparison wise, we are low very, but growth rate is very high. It grows by 16% per annum in the country if you compare with China 2.5% and UK 2.5% for UK and 10% for China. But we have a 16% annual rate increase. And the alarming situation is that it is expected that the per capita consumption of plastic in India increases to 16 to 20 kg by 2025. And in the past, we are just using per capita consumption of plastic in India is about 11 kg, 10 to 11 kg. But by 2025, it grows 16 to 20 kg. So because of that, the growth rate is very, very high. India plastic consumption set to cross 20 million metric tons by 2022, already crossed. So as Madam has mentioned about the Central Pollution Control Board, these are the report I have taken from the Central Pollution Control Board. So approximately 9.4 million tons per annum plastic waste is generated, out of which 26,000 ton waste per day is generated waste per day, and approximately 5.6 million tons per annum plastic waste is recycled. This is the CPCB data of 2017 and 18. So it says that out of 60% of the recycled plastic, 70% is recycled at the registered facility, 20% is recycled by the unorganized sector, and 10% of the plastic is recycled at home. So this 20 and 10% are very fishy type of thing. People are using. In the last slide, I will show you some videos which this 20% comes. Unorganized sector, there are so many NGOs which are working on that. They are recycling it. There are things, but 20% and 10% we are not sure about that. But this is the CPCB data. We are not a right person to question mark on that. Okay. So while these statistics are 38% higher than the global average of 20%, just imagine our case, Indian case. So we are 30% higher as compared to the global rate. So you can imagine if you compare US contains per capita consumption, this is the data of 2014-15. Is 109 kg, and European countries they are using 65 kg and 38 kg by China. This is the annual consumption. Brazil 32% and 11 ton per kg by India per annum by India, and the global average is about 28. And we are very low still, but the growth rate is very high, and now we are using 16 to 20 kg per annum. So in 2021, again CPCB just make a survey and give a report, and they have said that nearly 3,75,950 ton per annum plastic waste is generated. Alone, even because of that, the government of Uttar Pradesh has imposed a prohibition on the use of manufacture, sale, distribution, storage, transport, import, and export of cup, glasses, plates, spoon, tumbler, etc. That is a single-use plastic, has been banned by the Uttar Pradesh government. A story in 2024 on 2nd April comes in Hindustan Times. They make a headline in Lucknow's waste side story, plastic peril paints grim picture. The heading is like that in Hindustan Times. And it says that nearly 300 metric tons of plastic waste is generated in Lucknow every day. And despite the rules implemented by the state government in 2018 by this notification, which was implemented in 15 July 2018, that single-use plastic must be banned in Uttar Pradesh. But what happened? Despite that, 300 metric tons of plastic waste is generated in Lucknow. So, NGT, that is National Green Tribunal, taken this case by in personalized matter, and they call the state government the truth behind this story. And they have given the data, state government, that is Paryavaran officer, environmental officer, they gave the data to the NGT and said that because of that report, they said that in Lucknow plastic waste generation is 100 ton per day. Plastic waste processing side not known, not applied. प्रोसेसिंग साइड यहाँ पे नहीं है, ठीक है। ये मतलब उस समय का डेटा, इसके बाद एनजीटी को प्रेजेंट किया। Plastic waste collected is 86 ton per day and recycle about 36% and RDF, that is rate derived fuel, 64%. So they said that 36 and 64 you can add that, we will say 86% can be recycled. So according to the NGT, according to the Lucknow authority, 86% of the plastic waste is recycled. But in the first picture you have seen in reality what is going on. So this is the global waste plastic production. So you can see only 60% of the plastic produced is recycled. Whatever the plastic we are producing, only 60% of the plastic can be recycled. But the problem is, can recycle alone is the solution of this big problem? No. So what is the solution? These are the sources. I am just skipping the things. These are the environmental impact. You see, cow, a person, which you can see that on the garbage land or the land where people are just grabbing all the things, and they are inhaling the toxic gases which are coming through these plastics, such as halogen and chlorine and rest of the gases. And a famous example of this tortoise, which ocean marine picture, which shows that how the marine life can be affected. So these are the impact on the plastic waste on the different aspect of life, such as groundwater and soil pollution, as ma'am has mentioned about the soil pollution. Pollution in oceans, dangerous for human life. All these plastic waste in every walk of life, you can see the impact of plastic waste. So plastic waste poses a huge threat to marine ecology. It is supposed that in 2014, 1 kg of plastic in the ocean for every 5 kg of fish. And the interesting part is that by 2050, there will be more plastic than fish. We are producing plastic in such rate that imagine that the ocean contains more plastic than the fish, what happened at that time. But we are not doing anything. So many efforts have been done by the researchers, by the volunteer organization, academicians, and people are working on that, how to replace or how to reduce the plastic waste. So government also imposes some rules for plastic waste management. So in 2016, plastic waste management rules come, and these are some silent features of the plastic waste management, which was implemented in 2016. It was supposed that the carry bag made of virgin or recycled plastic shall not be less than 50 micron in thickness. These rules shall apply to every waste generator, local body, gram panchayat, manufacturer, importer, producer, and ground owner. We also are part of this rule because we are the waste generator. Just imagine. So these are the silent features of the rule, waste management rule. You can see local bodies shall encourage use of plastic waste for road construction or energy recovery or waste to oil or reprocessing in cement plants. Even the government is using this plastic waste management for the road construction. In last slide, I will show how they are using. They are taking the plastic waste and add in the bitumen, and they can be used for the construction of national highways. People are using it when the MORT, that is Ministry of Road and Highways, are utilizing it. In the last slide I will show you. So these are some silent features. Even at the lower level, district magistrate or deputy commissioner shall provide the assistance to these pollution control centers. Secretary in charge, urban development department, gram panchayat under his jurisdiction whenever required for enforcement of provisions. So whenever the rules has been imposed, so these are the persons which can impose or which can help the person to take the necessary action. Even the gram panchayats are involved in this. But the problem is awareness. Even the gram panchayat pradhan doesn't know about the programs, doesn't know about the plastic waste management. Then how you can implement the things? So these are the basic things which must, or awareness program must go on through the grassroots level. Even the person which are unaware of the plastic, they must know how to manage the plastic. Even in our homes, the homemaker, the mother, they should know about the plastic waste management, because in most of the their work, that is in the kitchen, most plastic waste are generated, but they are not segregated at the source. In one dustbin is there in which you are just throwing a plastic waste, you are throwing the agriculture waste, you are throwing the water, whatever the thing, everything kept in that dustbin. So where is the problem? The problem is of awareness. Even we know the things, but our homes, at home, we are not implementing the things. This is the fault of ourselves, not the fault of government. Okay. Okay, so the problem of awareness is there. Now, what is the solution? Awareness is one such problem, but how can you aware the person? What are that features which you are going to aware? What is that knowledge? So that knowledge is 4 hours. So we are talking about the 4 R's. First R is recycle, reuse. So first is recycle. How can you recycle the things? How can you reuse the thing? Recycle, what is the basic difference between recycle and reuse? A very important difference is there. Reuse means once the plastic is used, again you can use it. Okay? So how? There are some plastic materials which can, if you are bored from that plastic material, it is better you should give that material to your friends. They can use it, or you can use the things in such a way that the creativity of the persons can become, and that plastic material can be reused. So what this helps? This helps to reduce the burden on the recycle. This helps to reduce the burden on the landfills, because once you use, you throw it outside, either that must be recycled or it dumped to the landfill, and there they creating a problem. So it is better we can reuse. People, even the NGOs, they are making such effort, and by the concept of circular economy, people are generating money out of this recycle or reuse material. So I will show you some pictures. So very quickly I will. So okay. So when we talk about the recycle, reuse, recovery, so these are the correlated words. Recovery means whatever the material you take from the earth, you have to convert it, reprocess it, and then send back to the waste. From the waste you can take the things, make a new material, and again send back to the consumer. So this is a circular economy. If you implement the circular economy, then you can implement the resource recovery, reuse, and also you can reduce the waste at the source site. Okay. So next, there are the plastic waste technology. So finally, I am concluding with the video. If you see, just see this video. This video is taken from the Karga art. Karga means the handicraft. NGO in Lucknow near PGI, they have taken a very good initiative. All these women are very deprived one. Their history is very. So NGO has taken these women and give an initiative. They have taken a single-use plastic. Single-use plastic, for example, आप कुरकुरे खाते हैं, वो प्लास्टिक का कहीं इस्तेमाल नहीं होना, वो डंप ही होना, उसका कहीं नहीं होना, ठीक है? जो ग्रोसरी बैग्स हैं, ये सब सिंगल-यूज प्लास्टिक, जिसका कोई यूटिलाइजेशन नहीं है। ये सेग्रीगेट किया गया, साइड से जाके लिया गया और इन वुमेन्स को दिया गया। इन वुमेन्स ने इसको काटा, सिलाई करा और they have made a beautiful things just like laptop bags, handbags, and the durability of these plastics is there about 5 years, 6 years, and they have created such a thing in a very small amount. They have taken a good initiative. They have make a money from that, and that money should be utilized for these women also. So these are the initiative which reuse the plastic. How can we reuse the plastic? So this is a creation which says that we can reuse, but we have to initiate the things in our mind, ignite the mind, and utilize the thing. And whatever the data I have taken, this data is taken from my book Global Waste Management. So one of my friend, the author of that book, the plastic waste management, a special section is devoted on this plastic waste management. This picture has been taken by MORT, that is MORT, Ministry of Roadways and Road and Highways. So they have first constructed the national highway from the plastic waste. In Morena Amba Porsa Road, that is NH 552, they have near Bhind in MP, they have used this waste management and especially a plastic waste, and government is utilizing it. So people are taking initiative, government are taking initiative. The only thing is we have to think, we have to motivate, and we have to act on the awareness program about the waste management. Then we can cherish our dream, that is no plastic. We will sustain with the plastic with proper waste management. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Yes, anything you want to ask? Anything which you? Okay, thank you.
So thank you all for giving a patience. अभी आप अपने एग्जाम पे फोकस करिए. प्रोजेक्ट इज अ 1 year प्रोजेक्ट, नॉट अ 30 minute, है ना? So
I would like to thank our keynote speaker, Dr. Pradeep Kumar sir, for sharing his profound insights and reminding us of the responsibility towards the environment. Sir, your words have truly enlightened and empowered us. I would also like to thank all the faculty members, volunteers and students who joined us today, and especially to everyone. So let's not let today be just another date on the calendar. Let it be the start of our commitment to end plastic pollution and contribute meaningfully to a greener planet. Thank you once again, and let's carry the spirit of this day forward with purpose and passion. Thank you.